Musically, this song is a little snakier and slithery than some others on the record that are a little bit more straightforward rocking. So it lended
Yeah.
itself to be sort of stretched out and let itself continue to slither until it bites you.
Owen did sing some on the last album, but he pretty much did all the singing on this album. Pretty much all the lyrical content is him, and it's amazing.
Awesome.
He's a great singer and a great lyricist, so it's got me pretty pumped.
What he really meant was he likes Owen singing much more than me.
And me.
Yeah, not that it's a competition, but it's all teamwork.
Oh,
You're trying to make.
Yeah, it is. We're losing.
Okay, never mind then.
Working bands like working with working bands. Working labels like
Yeah, like
working
that.
with working bands.
If you remember, what was the first Irata show like?
That was me and John. I'm laughing because it's at a sushi restaurant in Richmond, Virginia.
They're a power trio band whose album Human comes out July 10th. Their single Alter is out now, or you may know them from their song Weightless. Irata, welcome to the podcast. How are you guys doing today?
doing great.
Doing great. Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on, sticking with me through a hectic, I was running a bit late, but we're here now. We're sitting down, getting it done, and I'm so excited to talk about this new album, the single, all the upcoming music you guys have.
Cool.
Thank you. We're excited also.
Yeah. Yeah. So my first question that I've started asking bands, artists, whoever comes on is just that if there's anyone listening who doesn't really know the band, know your style, how would you kind of describe the music to them?
Ooh. Um,
Sexy.
Yeah.
So like,
No, I like it. I like it.
you gotta say something.
That's
know,
all right. we can just
think now.
I think at its core, it's rock music, right?
yeah, rock music. I mentioned power trio in the intro, and
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, heavyish melodic rock music is
Yeah.
how I describe it to my non-musician friends.
There you go.
And it's all good. It's good music, So I was listening to some myself while researching, preparing for this. I like it, so yeah. Yeah, so let's get into it. I mentioned it there, but the latest release, the I think lead single from this album, Alter, take me into making that song, the process of writing it, anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Great question.
Yeah. I think that's this song, as which is true with a lot of our songs, is typically starts with this guy's bass riffs.
Nice.
And this guy.
Who's got two thumbs and awesome bass riffs.
But then builds up around that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think musically, this song is I don't know. I'd say maybe a little snakier and slithery than some others on the record. They're a little bit more straightforward rocking, but so it lended itself to be sort of stretched out and let itself continue to slither until it bites you.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't think I've ever heard such a good music to snake analogy before. And actually from listening to the song, it fits. It fits. Like I understood what you were saying. It's just something intangible to it. But so maybe it is those snake-like qualities or anything. But what was there anything about the song that stood out to you guys, made you think, well, this should be the lead single or anything like that?
I don't know that we made that decision. I think it was made for us, maybe.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
But I'm
Also
not,
possible.
I certainly wasn't opposing it. It's one of my favorites on the album.
Sure.
For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, the way the album lines up or is laid the song order. Altar, that kind of long, snaky song, and then we close the album with a similar style.
Right.
So
Okay.
we kind of sandwiched the heavy, kind of more straightforward stuff in between, the snaky opening and the really airy ending. So I think that's
Awesome.
how we really
Yeah.
decided.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
we played some of these songs live, actually most of them live for a little bit now, and Alter seems to get the hips moving a bit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so we thought that would be a nice way to draw people into the album.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. And with I do think there's something special any album with the opening track, the closing track. Bands, artists usually want to do something special with those, and as we've mentioned a couple of times now, this is the lead single from it. What waits fans in the rest of the album that they can kind of look forward to hearing? The straightforward stuff? Is there anything else that's new? Any cool riffs, techniques, anything like that you're excited to let the fans hear?
I think Jason said it when the sort of airy songs on the strong opener and a strong ender like that, and then a bunch of rock songs sandwiched in between. But one thing I'm really excited about is Owen has taken the reins as far as singing on this album, where Jason and I were kind of taking that on previous albums, or at least most of it. And Owen did sing some on the last album, but he pretty much did all the singing on this album. We did sing some backups, and pretty much all the lyrical content is him. So, and it's amazing.
Awesome.
He's a great singer and a great lyricist. So it's got me pretty pumped. Excited.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. And
what he really meant was he liked Owen singing much more than me.
And me.
Fine. Fine.
Yeah, not that it's a competition, but it's all teamwork. You're trying to make
yeah, it is. We're losing.
Okay, never mind then. Never mind then. Yeah. Well, in that case, it is a competition, but there's no competition. Yeah, that's awesome. Jason, you mentioned with like live stuff, you've played a couple of these songs live. It's getting reactions, which I'm sure is great to see, even a bit before the album comes out. And I saw that you have a show coming up July 26th in Brooklyn. What are you looking forward to with that show? Is it going to be like a taking what you've learned from these shows and applying it? Is it going to be playing through the album? Anything like that?
Well, the show, all right, that's not our show in Brooklyn.
Oh,
that's
sorry.
Another band that has stolen our name. So we're going to be communicating with them shortly.
Okay, sorry. Take that question back. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we're not going to Brooklyn, but
Baltimore
is our next show. It's a benefit for TR with Freedom Hawk. And
that's awesome.
TR has been diagnosed with cancer, so the community's coming together and supporting him, which is awesome. If you ever heard of Freedom Hawk, or if you haven't, check them out. They're really cool.
Yeah.
But we'll be doing a benefit for them at Zen West on June 27th in Baltimore. Yeah.
Well, it was a great concert. It sounds like with a great cause earlier than this other show, and you're not stealing from any other bands. So much better than that. Sorry about that confusion.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I was just trying to learn more about the band, and it's that is weird that because it showed up on your Spotify and other pages, and so it's tough. Well, actually, that's unfortunate situation, but kind of a perfect segue. I was interested. Irata, what does the name mean? How did it come about? and apparently it's popular enough that someone's trying to steal it.
Well, yeah, I don't know how much stealing is involved, but
Yeah,
clearly,
stealing or just wires getting crossed in all the different platforms and everything. Yeah, it happens. It's
that's right. So, you want to tell the story?
No, you handle it.
I don't.
Well, let's let Owen tell this one.
Don't worry about it. Not the first time I've had a band or an artist done and not know where the name comes from. They're like, I don't know, I joined the band and that's what they told me, and I didn't ask questions.
Honesty,
that is correct here.
In all honesty, it was years and years and years ago when we were first forming as a band, and we had shows coming up and no name, so we were kind of just we just picked a name out of a hat kind of thing, and it stuck. And we sort of, I don't know, we thought about changing it several times, but now it's just sort of
it's too late.
We've made the name. It doesn't make us, I guess,
that's right.
Is the thought.
Well, and it stuck around through the different iterations of the band, everything like that, and different albums and releases you guys have done. So it's like might as well keep it.
And for all the kids out there, it's actually Atari spelled backwards.
That's cool. There's the backstory. That's awesome. That is super cool. Yeah. Hoping that the kids nowadays still know what an Atari is.
Exactly. Sure. So it dates it, and it
right.
Kind of a reference to the past.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I mentioned, the name has stuck around because there have been a couple lineup changes. And you guys did had kind of these long stretches between releases, things like that. What were those in between years like for you guys, between albums, projects? Was it working on music, deciding what to do with the band, anything like that?
Well, the last sort of, I wouldn't even say it was a hiatus, really. It was around the 2019-ish time, and that was when COVID kind of knocked the breath out of us. We were starting to sort of get on some of the festival circuits, and we're doing several tours a year, and things are starting to pick up. And then COVID hit. The night it hit and everything started to get shut down was we were
packed.
We were 10 minutes away from hitting the road to go South by Southwest.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, and then soon after that, we lost a guitar player, and then we had some family things come up. So I don't know if we intentionally stepped back from it for a little while. We maybe there was a burnout factor a little bit because we were playing quite a bit and on the road quite a bit. But
life happened, and
collected songs, and when we started to get back together, kind of when the COVID thing started to settle down and we started to rehearse again, we just started immediately working on these new songs without even really having a proper tour to support even our previous album, Power. We just came right back into here and started writing and putting songs together again. And that's really what forced the last sort of break. Just a combination of several things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but intentional or not, it pays off. You get the songs that you have now and put together in this album, which hopefully it's like Alter holds up. Super good album. I can't wait to hear the whole thing once it's
hopefully no more global pandemics either.
Yeah, crossing fingers.
Right.
But you never know nowadays. But with this album, you mentioned Tower, the previous album, and now this one's coming out through Small Stone Recordings. How have they kind of helped the process, gotten this album and this release process together? Anything you can tell me about working with them on it?
Sure. I think working with a Small Stone, they released Tower also.
Mm-hmm.
That was their last album. So they had first right of refusal on this album for our next album. It just happens to be Human. And they've been great. They guide us on, it does have input on artwork and song order, which singles we're going to release. We have another one coming out, the second single coming out next week. I think it'll land. But yeah, they do all the duplication, distribution, promotion. Uh, they're they help us out when we need some guidance. So it's been pretty good. Scott with Smallstone owns the label, and he works directly with the artist,
That's
which
great.
is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He's been in the scene a long time. I think well respected in the scene, and the label puts out really great music for our genre. It's got a really good reputation, so we're happy to be associated with them.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, you love like a label that really gets hands-on, helps out like that. It feels like a real connection with each artist, each band. Are you a music artist looking to get your songs on Spotify, Apple Music, and basically every other streaming platform? Then you should check out DistroKid. DistroKid is a music distribution service. It's what I use to get all my music out across platforms, and I find it really helpful. You can manage your songs, lyrics, credits, and even manage releases across artists under one account. I don't think I would have gotten started as early as I did with music if it weren't for DistroKid. So if you want to get started, I'll put their pricing on the screen here. And yes, that does say the cheapest plan is at $2 a month. I know some of you spend more than that every day on your coffees. Like, this is to get your music heard by the world. When we're getting off track, DistroKid has so many additional features like pre-save pages, getting your music onto platforms like Instagram and TikTok, where people can put your music on their posts. If you use my link in the description, you will get 7% off any of these plans, making it even cheaper to get your career started, and so much more. So again, check out my link in the description for 7% off any plan. And now let's get back to the episode. And I know you've been signed also with other labels stuff in the past for maybe newer bands, younger bands, stuff like that, who are looking to get signed, looking for a label. What are some like pros or cons, things to look out for, good or bad, that they should take note of when looking for labels?
There's a lot of no's. That's number one. You're going to hear a lot of no's.
Right.
No matter how good you think you are or how good you really are, reach out and just start making connections. The way we've been successful and gotten on some of the labels is simply friends reaching out to other friends saying, hey, you need to listen to these guys. And that's how we got connected with actually all the labels we've been on.
Awesome.
And so, yeah, man, it's just
good to know word of mouth still exists and is doing some good
work. It's a
Yeah.
friend network, man. It's a friend network through equipment sponsorships, or what do you call that? Through to record labels, it's a network, and you got to know people in it. That's it.
Yeah, for sure. No people or know someone who knows someone.
People as well.
That's right. That's what that means. Introduce yourself to people.
Right.
Yeah. Putting yourself out there is big. That's something I've just gotten better at recently, and I'm still working on. By no means mastered, but it's a lot of realizing that you have to stop waiting for things to come to you and be like, okay, well, like there are certain steps you have to take for things to even then come to you. Like someone could approach you and give you some opportunity, but you have to meet that person first and put yourself in front of them.
Right.
I think I heard this one time where, and it's 100% true from my experience, which is working bands like working with working bands, working labels like working bands. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you're playing a local show every 6 months, nobody's going to come knocking. You know what I mean? But if you're out hitting the road, if you're blowing up social media, if you're doing all the things that tell people you're working, stuff will start to roll for you, positively.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the whole get out what you put into it
Yeah.
mindset or things like that, of
Exactly.
if you're only playing a show every 6 months, you're gonna attract bands who play a show every 6 months or so. But if you're always on the road, you'll find other bands always on the road who are always looking for people. I think it is very important for any music collaboration, like song wise, touring wise, label wise, to have like relatively equal work ethics or like workloads and be willing to put in similar effort.
For sure. For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, let's get into it. Another thing I mentioned in the intro, Weightless, one of the like more popular songs, at least for streaming. What went into making that song, and did you guys kind of expect the response it's gotten since then?
I don't know if we expect any response from my song.
You know what? And maybe for the best. You go in with low expectations, and that way everything's a success.
For what it's worth, we all thought it was a really killer song.
Yeah.
But that's what I was gonna say. I think that's part of it, of knowing there's something special to it, knowing that it's a sick song.
Yeah. I remember we sent the demo to Ben. So Ben, with all them witches, he's a guitar player. He helped produce that album, and we sent him a demo of songs just recorded from our phone, right? And I was talking with him and setting up details about him coming and working with us, and he said, "Weightless is the song, right?" And I was like, "Well, we didn't know that, but we'll take your word for it." So from the beginning, we knew that was going to be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. I think I mean, whatever reason, maybe it is just personal bias, personal insecurities, whatever, just sitting with the song so long. It's something special when someone else or someone outside the band circle like brings up a song or is like, hey, there's something special with this one, or
Yeah.
can really, you get that outside voice to point it out or just give some feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all special to us. Every song that we play they're our babies, but having that outside listener kind of guide you on which one is going to, get the streams. It's good to have that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's always interesting too to just to get any sort of outside input as far as like, that's the song that strikes you. Is that okay? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's always just interesting to have this.
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting.
That's why bands have producers, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, because you get the ones where some people are like this one, and you're like, oh, that's so cool, unique. I haven't met many people who like that song, and then maybe it's just me, or maybe it's people starting out. But you have some earlier songs, maybe some worse songs, for lack of a better term, and you're like, really, that's the one thing. It's like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You could listen to all this new stuff right here. I promise it's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna shame anyone's taste, and especially if they like something, let them enjoy it, let them like it.
Absolutely.
For in terms of like starting the band, coming together with the three of you, was there kind of an overlap in inspiration, favorite bands, styles? Like how do you guys kind of take your own sounds, your own inspirations, and meld it into what Irata is?
I guess from the outset, that starts with the two of them, right? So.
Well, yeah, Jason and I
Yeah.
we started the band in 2007. And I think the chemistry between drums and bass really stems from a couple bands that you and I like to, but mostly Jane's Addiction was kind of like one of my earliest influences as far as playing bass and approaching how I write bass lines. And when I met Jason, he was like, I love them too. So he was a fan of some of the stuff I had, and I guess that's a
That
big
makes it
reason
pretty
why
easy. Comes
we started
naturally.
playing
Yeah.
together, right?
Yeah, that's where we overlap, I think.
Yeah,
One of
for
them,
sure,
you know.
for sure.
Sure.
And Owen, I don't know when you came in, and yeah,
And Owen's a big Neil Diamond fan.
That's
I'm
I mean, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, it all works. It got you guys an album, so
But
you
again,
bring.
but still, nonetheless, the overlap with Jane's Addiction is still very real, though.
yeah.
Between the three of us, even though I came into the fold later. So
Yeah,
still,
that's all
I'm
right.
still technically the new guy here, even though it's been close to 10
I
years.
know, right? That's crazy.
yeah.
I think Smash is another one.
Oh yeah, that's another big overlap between the three of us. Is Smashing Pumpkins as well. So.
There are a ton of influences, but I don't know.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Name a couple bands that we sort of cross over, and
Yeah.
Well, it's always interesting. I feel like everyone has their own unique combination of like artists and bands that they like, and then you find people, friends, bandmates who like you can overlap or latch on with a couple of them, and so it's always interesting to me for bands or like groups of people, like what that overlap is, or the unique combination of inspirations that come into their music.
Yeah, it's interesting. I would say if we hear a new band, I can pretty much guarantee if I can call it if these guys will like it or not. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And we
Yeah.
all hear a new band. I can tell just if we're all just going to like it or not like it, you know? So we seem to, I don't know. I dig their taste in music.
Yeah. And now, for just about a decade at least with Owen, you know them so well and so long that you have that familiarity with it, and you kind of know what they'll like, what they may not like. Yeah, it makes sense. And then coming together, writing these songs, we got a bit into the process with bass normally comes first, stuff like that. But are there any songs that like really either came together super fast or took like a long time to, work it out, hammer it out, go through iterations of?
Yeah, sometimes the songs just kind of write themselves, and it may be finished by the end of one rehearsal.
Wow.
And sometimes we kind of like have to labor over a song for days and weeks and months, sometimes even years. Yeah. And we still have songs that we're working on to this day that, I've had for probably a year. We can't seem to quite get it right. And eventually we will. But
yeah.
So it just depends on the song.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many stories of bands or artists like, they're in an album process working on a song, album comes out and it didn't make the cut, and then maybe the next album or like a year later that song finally comes out, and it's just every song kind of has its own journey to being completed.
There is actually an example of that from recording this new record where we did record a ninth song that it was a finished enough version of it that we recorded it, but I think that we all agree that there's things about it that are great.
It can wait a little bit and we'll find a place for it eventually.
Way better. So,
We're lucky that for every one of those songs that we kind of have to labor over for a long time, we usually have 3 that write themselves. So we're lucky in that way.
Yeah. That's great. When
come out so quickly.
Yeah. When you're putting together an album like this, or maybe have some songs ready to go, what kind of is the process of like which ones make the cut or which ones could be made a bit better in the future?
I don't know that there's.
I don't know that there was really
a process. Is just
thought
gut
process, but
feeling.
Think there's a formula for that either. I think it's just
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, gut feeling. Go with what feels right.
Three of us immediately agreed that that one probably needs to be cut. It just wasn't ready or not right.
Yeah. Well,
it didn't go with the rest of the songs.
Right.
Like it was kind of an
That's
outlier.
big. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it fits. We'll make some adjustments. Maybe it fits on the next album. You know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luminary.
Luminary.
Yeah. We should release that version of it as a B-side to something.
Oh, maybe.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I will say that normally
that'd be awesome. I feel like I'm getting an inside look at like future band plans.
Normally we weed those out before it even gets to the studio, though. I think most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this case, we did record it, and
it also came down to time. So vinyl, if you're familiar, sure you are. Vinyl, you got a certain amount of time on vinyl.
Yeah.
Physical capability,
just the physical capability to hold the music. So when we were looking at timing, like A side and B side, you're trying to get in between 20 and 23 minutes of music, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something had to go.
Yeah, something had to go.
Yeah, and if there's one that's clearly a bit odd one out from the rest of the group, then it just logically makes sense for that to be the one. Would you guys and it's fine if not, because I know you guys have the Vultures EP, Tower album, and now this upcoming album. Would you guys ever like do it as a single? Because I know that like looking at the discography, there's not some bands have like years of just one-off songs coming out and then an album at some point, but I can appreciate and respect that you guys are very like album or bigger project focused. But would you ever see like putting out just a one-off song, something like this, where maybe it doesn't fit an album, something like that?
Absolutely,
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey heroes, sorry to interrupt that podcast episode, which I hope you are enjoying, but I wanted to tell you about my clothing line, Quest Clothing. Ever since I started really pursuing YouTube and music and all these creative things that I do, I've dreamed about starting this clothing line specifically. I had the name, I had the idea like for years before I started it, and now it's finally here. You can wear clothes like this. I have sweatshirts available, t-shirts, even clothing for like my music with cover arts and lyrics and things like that. It's all super, super cool. And right now is the best way for you guys to support me across everything I do. So be sure to check out the Quest Clothing web store with the link in the description and follow at Shop Quest Clothing on Instagram for updates about collections, discounts, things like that. Anyways, I don't want this self-sponsorship to take too long, so let's get back to the episode.
We actually did a split with a band a couple years, many years ago now. A band called Halos at a Chapel Hill, North Carolina. It was we had one side and they had the other, and it was a single song, so that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, awesome. We'll do stuff like that in the future. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great. How did you make that connection with that band to like do a split record?
Yeah, we knew the band just playing together, and then a local label called Crimson Eye Records liked both the bands and contacted us both. Hey, you want to do a split with these guys? And we said absolutely. So that's what happened. So we wrote a song called Semyase just for it. It was pretty cool, pretty fun.
Yeah, that's great. And is again back to the whole like networking thing and the like I wanted to remember the saying you said because it rolled off the tongue so easily. Working bands want to work with working bands. Like it's that same concept. You're both playing shows together, you're working, and then you both get the opportunity to do a record together. So that's awesome.
Right. Yeah.
Do you guys it's been so many years now as a band, but like really condensed into like albums or the Vultures EP as well. Is there any like kind of deep cut Irata song that you wish more people knew, or one that like gets lost in the mix?
Yeah,
probably that one.
We just mentioned
that one's a good example.
Okay, yeah.
Semyaste. It's such a great song. I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, man, I want to go hear it. I actually want to go play it. So
yeah, that's great. Would you? Because I also like asking this question. Maybe it's the latest single, Alter. Maybe it's this split record. If back to like the hypothetical, we start off with if someone who hasn't heard the band, if someone now wants to like get into the band, hear some of your guys' music, what song would you recommend they start with? Would it be the split, Alter, anything like that?
Just getting into the band.
Oof, that's a tough one. Like one song?
I mean, you can have multiple answers. You could pick an album or a project. Also, I know. I mean, the amount of times I've asked this question and they're like, all of them. I get it. I promise.
Buy our records.
Yeah, have multiple answers. No answer. It's anything's fine.
They're all life changing.
I think album, especially at like the merch table, it shows if people say, "Hey, I want to buy one," I tend to direct them towards Tower.
Yeah,
it's pretty much all encompassing,
versatile.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. And well, because yeah, any other answers? I don't want to rush along or cut anyone off, but yeah, you mentioned like merch table at shows, and we've talked about playing live, touring with other bands. What was the first, if you remember, what was the first Irata show like, or the first time you guys performed?
That was me and John. I'm laughing because it's at a sushi restaurant in Richmond, Virginia.
I don't think I ever would have guessed that. So thanks for the story.
Yeah, Nara Sushi. It was at a restaurant. Like, it's hilarious. I love it. I don't know,
but it was fun.
You remember the first show with us?
That I played with you guys? First show that I played with y'all was at Test Pattern in Winston.
Okay.
With this guy's from Florida. I can't remember.
Shroud Eater?
Shroud Eater.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love them.
Yep. That was awesome. That was always a fun place.
Okay, yeah.
That's not there anymore. I don't know what it is now. It's no longer a venue, but
yeah.
How does a rock band, power band go like get booked to play a sushi restaurant?
Yeah, I do not remember. I have no idea.
Yeah, not well, as you could imagine.
Right.
We were an instrumental act at that point. So our very first record was instrumental. So I don't think we were that obtrusive. What do you call? Is that the right word? What's a good word?
Yeah. It can blend into a like ambient setting. It can be present without like taking anything over. Yeah. So
yeah, it wasn't great sushi either. All you can eat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun. Anyway, sorry.
That's awesome. That might be the most unique answer to that question I've ever gotten. Yeah. Well, and then because obviously like firsts might stick in your mind, but is there anything else, anything special, cool shows that like really stick in your mind? Maybe a favorite show, anything like that?
Yeah, I got mine.
What's yours?
Oh, my favorite show of all time so far was the Bowery Ballroom in New York, sold out with All Them Witches.
Wow, that's awesome.
That was fantastic. That whole tour.
Back in December, I went to my first ever show at the Bowery, and it's awesome. That's an awesome venue, and I can imagine sold out also. Like, just the energy in there is great.
That was insane. And when you look at that venue, a lot of our favorite bands have played there, and it's like 9 Inch Nails and Jane's Addiction and all these Smashing Pumpkins, I'm not sure if they have, but it's like all these great acts, and here we are playing it, man. God, and it sold out. It was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great.
How about y'all?
And
yeah, same. That one was. Not sure we've ever topped that.
I wasn't there for that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any answer, Owen, or any? It's fine if not, but
with these guys,
these guys, or you know, well, let's open it up. Just any live show that you yourself have played.
Yes, in 1995, I was in the Cavaliers Drum and Bugle Corps, and so playing finals for that in Buffalo, New York.
There you go.
It was not
awesome.
a rock band, but
a little bit different.
Different setting, but
yeah,
that is my favorite.
Yeah, still a great show. Still clearly memorable if you're bringing it up here. Yeah, and then kind of building from that. Do you guys have any bucket list festivals, venues that you would want to play one day?
Oh man,
just a wish list.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's put it out there. Get things going. You know, manifest it.
I'd love to play with Mastodon at some point. That would be fun. They're getting ready to go back on tour, which is awesome. What about you?
I don't know if there's a venue or a band would want to play with necessarily, but I would like to play in Europe, like
certainly,
yeah,
at
same.
some point. I've never been.
Yeah, likewise.
That would be awesome.
That's a big answer I get. Also, just Europe or some international country, city, whatever. Yeah, it seems really cool, and like hopefully it happens for you guys soon. Maybe with the new album, anything like that. But yeah, I think the idea of any kind of getting to travel internationally for your band or your music is so special. So
yeah, sure, it would be. It is, and it would be.
yeah, and again, hard to pick. You were mentioning John, it's like all the songs are your babies, and they're all special in different ways. But are there any favorites that kind of stick out to the group, songs that just hold, or songs that just hold a special place in your heart? You know, regardless of favorite or no need to put it above other songs.
For me, I wrote a song for my daughter that's on Tower. It's called Innocent Murmur. So that one, and we don't really play it anymore. We played it a handful of times live, but the recording is amazing, and yeah, it holds a special place in my heart. Yeah, it's probably I wouldn't say it's my. I don't know if I would say it was my favorite song. I mean, you're not gonna.
But has something very special, and that's
it does have some meaning for me. So.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful backstory to it and everything. So
yeah. And
Yeah,
when I play it for my daughter, she's like, "It's all right." So that's touching.
I was just I don't know if you've heard of them. I was just talking to Ben from a band called End Seeker, who like they're coming to an end now and putting out their like final EP. But he was talking about he has kids now who are a bit older, and like I asked if they knew the band, liked his music, and he was like, well, they're not exactly putting it on for their own listening or things, but like I'll show them, and sometimes or it does come on. They'll come to the shows here and there, so it's a very like indifferent feeling to your dad's band.
I would say that's pretty common.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
like my oldest is only 7, so she still thinks that it's pretty cool, but you know, that's because she's still 7.
yeah. And do have your I mean, hopefully, or I'm sure they have, but have your kids met? Do they get along? Do they know the other members of the band? Everything like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What's that now?
Your oldest does, definitely.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
My 4-month-old doesn't. He doesn't really know.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, I was listening to an interview with my favorite band, 21 Pilots, who are a bit more like rock vibes and everything, and they're now both dads. It's two guys, and the drummer Josh just had his first kid, and like getting into the parenting vibe. But Tyler's kids, who are a bit older, I think the oldest one's 6 or so now. She obviously has known the drummer a long time, but they were like talking one day or hanging out, and she's like starting to make the connection of like the band being kind of a big deal, or like him being part of the band. And he asked her one day, he was like, "Do you know who I am?" And she goes, "You're at my dad's show sometimes." And so it's just like I that was such a like cute moment to hear or listen to. And so I was wondering if there was anything like that for you guys. It's good that they're, they kind of have some grasp of what you do, or the people around you. If you love live music and going to concerts, you need to get yourself some Loop earplugs. I made a video on my second YouTube channel about Loop earplugs. I did a review for them by bringing them to a concert, and they were the best earplugs I've ever used. They do a great job at blocking out crowd noise, but still allowing you to hear the music. They come in this tiny, very portable case. You can see it's like a fraction of the size of my hand. Plus, they just look awesome. I got the ones that they did in collaboration with the Tomorrowland Music Festival, and they look awesome. They say "Live, Love, Unite" on them. You can see they're in a cool circular design, so even when you have them in, you don't just have this big block plugging up your ears. There's a nice ring, makes it look a bit more stylish than normal earplugs. I have the Loop Experience 2s in collaboration with Tomorrowland, and even with the earplugs themselves, they sent me 4 sizes of tips. Extra small, small, large, and medium is already loaded in there. So there's plenty of customization. It should fit your ears no matter what with one of those sizes. Use my referral code in the description to get 15% off your pair of Loop earplugs. Back to the episode. We talked about the hiatus, if that's what you want to call it, or just length of time between albums that happened, whether it's then, any other time, anything. Has there been a moment that made you like second guess the band, question if you should bring it to an end or stop making music, or have you guys been like very set on like, we're gonna keep doing this, keep the music going?
I quit 5 times a day.
Yeah. That's a very real answer.
Yeah. It's all because of technology and my lack of understanding. But
he was working on our press kit. I think he got the best of
it.
It's always the stuff outside of the music, it's not making the music that's hard, it's everything in and around it.
I've never felt like that.
No, I think, all of us.
That's good.
I think the 3 of us individually do this because we just need to.
Yeah.
It's a almost an inexplicable need. And collectively, it's real fun and easy to do together. So
I feel like if you can find, 2 other guys that you get along with on a personal level,
that's big. Yeah.
You all have, pretty much the similar or like taste in music, and you all have you share the same vision of where you want to go. Yeah. If you can find 2 guys to share all that with and it works out like that, then you should hold on to it, because I've been in lots of bands and that's a rare thing.
Oh yeah.
A
super important piece of advice that
people that are like-minded and are trustworthy and motivated and have a similar vision. It's rare to find. So if you find it, keep it. Hold on to it.
Well, and to find a group of people that's willing to treat it with the respect it deserves too.
Yeah,
I've been
absolutely.
in, like John said, I've also been in plenty other bands, and some of them were really good bands, but not everybody was able to look at it as something that was worth putting the effort into.
Yeah.
Even if individually they were good players or whatever. Not that I'm trying to
Well,
badmouth.
I've heard it like so many times.
There's
On this.
also we got a good band that falls apart after less than a year.
Yeah.
So.
And to piggyback on that, I think a lot of that has to do with all three of us are songwriters, so we're all invested.
Yeah.
Artistically in the project, so I think that plays into we're all taking it pretty serious.
Yeah, you all have a big hand in making it happen.
We're all invested in it, so
yeah. I've heard it so many times on the show, but I maybe not first, but one that really sticks in my mind. Years and years ago, I had a band Sextile on here, and they brought up their like biggest piece of advice for bands was to form a band with like friends or people you like, and not necessarily like the best players you can find, because they brought up, whether it's in the studio, touring, whatever, there's so much downtime between music that you're just kind of there hanging out with them. And so if you're not having a good time, not getting along, it's like the music's gonna, suffer from it. You're gonna feel it, and then probably eventually break up or things just like fall apart. So having like a good group of friends or just bandmates you can really get along with is key.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you can't get along with the 2 or 3 other people in a room together for 2 hours, you're definitely not going to make it in a van across the country.
Yeah.
You've heard tours break up bands, and that's probably true.
Yeah, absolutely. And then for I think it'll be my last question here, but just on a more hypothetical note, if you guys Jason, you mentioned like wanting to tour with Mastodon or play a show with Mastodon. If you guys could make a song with any band, any artist in the world, who would you guys want Irata to collaborate with?
Oh man, a collab of
any artist in the world.
Any artist to collaborate with. Jeez.
Feel free to throw out a bunch of names again, also with all these questions.
I got a couple.
All right, go for it.
Yeah.
For it.
One, I'm going to go local first, and I've already put this out there.
Love
I'd
that.
love something with the Bronze Chorus.
Oh yeah.
They're a 2-piece here in Greensboro. They helped actually produce and engineer and record this new album.
Awesome.
At their studio. I'd love to do a song with them or some kind of collab with them.
Yeah.
Wish list would be to do something with Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin. That would be my
awesome.
That would be so awesome.
See, I don't know, like my favorite vocalists and that kind of thing. If I tried to do something with them, that would mess up what they're doing already. I don't know. I don't know that.
No, I get that. I get that. I'm especially with. I mean, I mentioned it, like my favorite band being 21 Pilots. I think what they do is so great, and I'd be scared to like mess it up. So I'm like, I don't even need a collaboration. Let me just like sit in the studio and watch you guys work, and like you guys stick to the music. I'll just be there and be a fly on the wall.
I like you because you don't have me there in the first place.
Yeah. John, anything? No pressure to have an answer or multiple answers, but
I don't think I have an answer on that one.
That's all right.
I'm sure there's somebody out there. Nothing comes to mind off the top of my head.
Totally fine. Yeah.
It would, however, that your first answer, that would be genuinely fun and easy.
I think it'd be awesome,
honestly.
And very, very doable. You're taking the steps with working in their studio for this latest album. Maybe it comes soon. Maybe it's in the future. Yeah. Jason, have you seen time's flying by, so I guess it wasn't so recently, but a couple months ago, watched the Led Zeppelin documentary on Netflix. There's one called Becoming Led Zeppelin. And that was super cool. That's like I've obviously heard some of their music and like some of their music, but that's the like deepest dive into the band and everything that I've taken, and it was cool to see. So
yeah, I'm glad you watched it. I haven't seen the whole thing yet, to
okay.
completely transparent.
No, yeah, it's long. It's on the longer side, so I get that.
Yeah, I don't have Netflix either, so
that's the bigger obstacle. Yeah.
And I don't have any friends, but that's beside the point. So I can't go over and watch it. But yeah, when Robert Plant and Alison Krauss toured, this was a couple years ago, saw them up in Asheville, and when they started singing, like, I don't know if you've ever been to. I love this about music, where the it was so perfect the way him and Allison were singing together, and it made the hair stand up on your arms, and it gives you goosebumps, and you kind of tear up when something just it's impactful like that. And he does it to me every time, man. There's something about that dude. And Allison, she sounds like an angel. If there's a voice from God, it is hers, man. It's awesome.
Jason's the sensitive one.
How'd you know that was going to be my next question?
Yeah, the sensitive one. Cries at shows.
No, that's awesome. There is a special few songs that like I listen to and get emotional or have that like hair stand up goosebumps feeling. And it was you know, I really started getting it once I went to live shows, because I think that's like the pinnacle of any like band or artist that you love, getting to see them live, be surrounded by other people who love them and like are singing along. It's so awesome. And yeah, I've cried at my fair share of concerts. And then I remember not physically at a concert, but my mom and I actually we went to go see one of the like concert films in a movie theater, the Billie Eilish one recently, and it showed all these shots of like the crowd crying and things, and we left, and just like even on the walk back to the car, I forget how it came up in conversation, but my mom was like, "Boy, there were a lot of people crying at that show, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, music can be emotional, and it's a really special experience to see it live any time, anywhere, but especially if it's like your favorite artist, music that you love, things like that." So there was one question that I meant to ask earlier, but it's now coming back up, is just, you know, with the band being around so long, you guys being around, and I think John, it was your comment about getting frustrated with technology, or Jason, but what, like, how has the evolution of technology, especially in music, kind of how do I phrase this? How have you seen this kind of evolution in technology, if it has at all, like affect the way you approach the industry, make music, listen to music, anything?
Okay.
Do you miss the old analog days? Do you like the ease of technology?
How long we got?
Let's go all night. I mean, I can. That's, you know, not specifically, but part of the reason why I asked at the start of this, like, when do you have to get out? And you guys were like, night's clear, and it's because of this question right here.
Right. I don't know. In all seriousness, it's ultimately just something new to try to figure out how to navigate, I suppose. You know, it's I don't know. I mean,
it's impacted it certainly has not impacted how we write songs.
No, none of that changed.
But everything else in the business, it's pretty much touches promoting your band,
right?
Getting interest in your band, getting on tours, you know, this whole short form content thing is new territory.
Yeah.
That we're just kind of starting to touch on. So more to come on that. It's a whole.
It's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot to get into, and tough. I mean, there's obviously always been change, evolution in it, technological developments, but I think recently it's happening like so fast and so quickly that it's hard to adapt. You know, it
It
was
is.
like so long of bands getting in studios to do stuff before like DAWs got popular and going like electronic and digital music, and that was like decades. And then now within like a couple years there's some new big platform going on, or you're like some huge change in how the industry works, things like that. So it's just
Sure.
super alive and ever evolving.
It is.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, it's interesting you said that because it's like it's so easy for bands to record now and get music out there and can do it fairly quickly, right? With very little help.
Yeah.
But also at the same on the flip side of that, it's just so it's like almost oversaturation. I mean, you really have to weed so much to find something that really hits you, or at least I'm speaking personally. So
sure,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, labels used to
good
do
or
that.
bad, or maybe it's both.
Labels used to do that for the audience, right, or for the population, as they weed through everything and pick what they think's the best. Now we're all doing it ourselves, right?
Right.
You're literally hundreds and thousands of bands. I don't know how many releases are
all vying for
Oh yeah, something like 100,000 songs on a day on Spotify or something like that. Yeah, it's
all
insane.
fighting for 3 seconds of your time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Kind of try to fathom that, man. Process that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's again, that's why I quit 5 times today. Because I still can't get over the fact that these large companies, the largest companies in the world, have zero customer service, and you can't talk to anybody. I don't understand why we as people support that.
And at times with like important things as well, like you know, especially it just kind of compounds the problem with however big the company is. But like if something big happens or there's a big problem, like it can affect a lot, and it's important to fix that and to fix that fast. And then you know you go to their website and they have one of those AI agent pop-ups that's like, "Hi, ask me a question." Like, no.
Right. Yeah.
So that's so I like the way you put it better, and that you know it's ever evolving, and if you're gonna play you got to keep up, you know.
Ever evolving, but I'd like it to evolve with humans as well. I like the human touch to things, you know. It's been it's weird because I have only kind of recently, now that it's a lot more automated and online, I'm like getting more in touch with wanting or missing the in-person contact. But like for example, I'm back home from college now and like visiting the town where my parents live, and I one day they were out and I was hungry and we didn't have like any big like we had scattered ingredients and stuff in the house, but nothing that I could like sit down and eat for a lunch like meal. I was like, you know what, I'll go out to a local place and get some food. And I walked in the place and they were like so convinced and ready for me to like pick up an online order. And I was like, well, no, do you just have somewhere that I can like place an order here? Like I don't have anything ready. I haven't seen the menu yet. And they're like, oh yeah, here, and then you can just tell me what you want. And I was like, okay, yeah. But like that's you know that's the given now. That's what'd you say?
I was just saying, yeah, that's how this works.
Yeah. It's crazy to me that like that's the given now, or that's the primary thing. When you like even at physical establishments, it's crazy. Yeah. Well, I wish there was a more hopeful note, but let's get more humans involved in everything. But yeah, those were all the questions I had.
So
That's right.
there you go.
Thank you guys so much for coming on. Those were all the questions I had, and I had a great time and can't wait to hear the full album once it's out, July 10th, and yeah, go listen to Alter now, some of the past Irata stuff, album out July 10th. Is there anything else you guys want to shout out, promote? What was the live show you're doing again in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Yes.
Benefit for TR with Freedom Hawk, Baracho, Crystal Spiders, as Irata, Faith and Jane, and Moon Singer. We're all getting together in Baltimore on June 27th. Come out.
All right.
Love to see you there. And
June 27th.
Second single coming out next week.
Yep.
And that is called Good Side.
Awesome. That may be out or about to be out as people are listening to this. Not sure when this will go on, but go check Irata, see if it's out, and go to the benefit concert on the 27th, not the Brooklyn one with a different Irata band, you know. Yeah, go to that one. Just it's always great to see live music, you know. Don't get confused like I did. Thank you guys again for coming on. I had a great time.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
It was awesome.